Hello. Oh, don't want to see all my nest, do you? No, we'll go this way. Oh, this chair will not roll at all. Oh, there we go. It's rolling, 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 rolling. Keep the wagons moving. Showing the agents it rawhide. Right, well, somebody comes on. I shall have my coffee. Take my vitamins. Hello, Nathan. I need to move my camera a little bit. I don't want to show you my rubbish that I have left on the kitchen. It's been a bit. It was lovely yesterday, Esther, and today it is freezing. Yeah, freezing. But you can't dress. You don't know whether to go warm, to go cold. What the heck to do? Hi, Sue. Yeah, I'm okay. You know, I've had a jippy tummy all day, but we won't go into that. Hi, Chrissy. I think it's okay now. I'll be vitamins. Too hot. I'll have to wait. Oh, I nearly tipped it all over me. I'm just recovering from the last burn I had. Do you remember when I tipped boiling coffee all over my stomach? That was painful. And I've still got the mark. It's weeks now. Weeks and weeks, I've still got a dark mark where I burnt me all over my stomach. It's a good job I don't want to wear a bikini, isn't it? Oh, I've just remembered I've not put my keypad on. 1 second. Uno secondo. Oh. I meant to switch it on. So the last thing I'll do is put my heat pad in the microwave. And I forgot. I remember to do my coffee. Yeah. Well, I'm knitting. I'm not knitting at all. Don't lie, Janet. I'm crocheting a shawl for the old dears. Says she, oh dear. One myself, but I don't like to think of myself that way. For the old dears in the nursing home. But I got given a sort of bag full of oddments from one of the ladies at the knit club because I couldn't find my oddments. I found them now, but I couldn't find my oddments. So I do hope that one of the ladies likes something quite garish because that's what she's going to be getting. I normally like to coordinate my colours a little better, but beggars can't be choosers, and I got given this bag of, I call it all wool. I don't call it yarn. No, it's wool. I know it's not wool, but it's wool, yeah, as opposed to something else, yeah. So, look at the colours in it. My goodness, it's even got a bit of fluffy. Where's it gone? A bit of fluffy, look at that fluffy. So I hope my old dears like bright colours. I did get given some more actually the other day. I got some machine cones given me, and amongst the machine cones was some pale pink and some darker pink. So that is going to be for a single colour shawl. I'm going to treat some old dear to a single colour shawl. I hope she appreciates it. Right, what colour shall I do next? I've had lilac. I haven't had, well, I might have just done pale orange, so I don't think I want bright orange. Let me look for another colour. I can always go and dig in the other bag. Yeah, I think I might have to dig in the other bag. Right, that's quite dark. I'll use that one next. Don't forget, thumbs in the air, my darling. Or I could use pink. But pink next to orange, maybe not, no. Thumbs in the air, please. What colour's this one? That's blue, I've got blue. Oh, it's difficult when you're working with a small palette, isn't it? Oh, let's look in the other bag. Good evening. is my heat pad, signalling. My gardening is, well, my seeds are only about so big, but across the way, I'll show you in a minute when I get my heat pad. Oh, actually, my knees and my back have been a little better. I've been taking glucosamine, is it called? Glucosamine? For the last week. And it's supposed to be good for your joints. I've been taking glucosamine and black seed oil. Both of them are supposed to be good for your joints. And I must confess that my back and my knees have been marginally better. Right, the gardening, Esther, I'll tell you a story. Across the way from me is a park. In the park is a place called the Men's Shed. I think originally it was started off to help people either talk to other men about problems, or they could learn to do a craft, or they could just go chat and pass the time away. But what I didn't know was they've just started doing hanging baskets and planters and things like that. So I couldn't go last week because I didn't have any cash. It's so difficult around here to actually find a cash point to get some cash. And obviously, with it being a voluntary association, they don't have a card machine. They want cash. So anyway, this week, yesterday, I thought, right, I got some cash on my way back from I had to detour. You have to go miles out of your way to find a cash machine around here. Anyway, I went and I detoured on my way back from the cafe on Thursday and got some cash. So I went across and they're lovely. Well, I'm not being rude when I call them old men, some of them. I mean, one was doing some painting and I think he must have had a stroke because his hand was in his pocket and he never took it out. He was kind of painting with his left hand, yeah. So I presume he'd had a stroke or something. And, the flowers and the planters they had, so reasonable. They were a fraction of the price of a garden centre. And I did put a picture actually on my Facebook or something. I got a lovely plant. I got one in the front garden, big plant pot with they look like little pansies. I'm no good with flowers, I can't tell you. They look like little pansies. So that's in the front garden. I have a little thingy-majig in the front garden made of stone or pseudo stone. So I put it in there and it looks nice. Anyway, I got this big planter, which has got some lovely flowers in it. If you've not seen my picture, hang on, let me see if I can show you on my phone. My son I sent him a video of a little French bulldog bouncing about on a trampoline. And I said to him, you need to get Trixie a trampoline. Anyway, right, let's have a look what we've got. Let's have a look what we have here. What do we have here? Come on, Janet, look at your pictures. Look at your photos. Don't be stupid, girl. Right. Oh, I hate it when it does this to me. Oh, that's my latest acquisition. They're actually shower curtains. What just dawned on you, hey? Hey isn't rude. It's hey, hello, hey. Yeah, I've got 2 shower curtains pinned up on the fence to make it look like I've got a trompe l'oeil here. That's my front garden. Front pebbles, I should say. And now that is my back. It's getting there, isn't it? Slowly. I've only got the 4 at the moment. I'm getting there. I'm getting another planter on Monday, I think. It's blue and it's shaped like that and it's got trellis up it. And I said I'd have it. And the guy said, well, the shrubs either side are fine, but the one in the middle's died. So he said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll bring it across on Monday for you. He's only across the road because I said I can't carry it. Bring it across on Monday for you and I'll put some sweet peas in the middle so that they can climb up the trellis. And I thought, oh, that's going to be sweet, isn't it? Yeah. COVID ate your brain. Oh, COVID must have ate mine a long time ago, Enid, I tell you. Sometimes I think, Janet, what are you doing? Now I've lost my ball. I had a ball of wool a second ago. Oh, it's there. You know, if I only had the brain. It's not posh, Enid. It's just blank. I'm determined to put some colour. When I sit in my, well, conservatory sounds posh. It's like a lean-to thing. But when I sit in my conservatory, it's very bleak looking out at a pile of flagstones and pebbles. I mean, I'm not a gardener, but I do like something, you know, a bit of colour or something, yeah. You've lost your sense of taste and smell. I never did when I had COVID. That's funny. A lot of people do lose their sense of smell and taste. But I never did. I didn't fancy eating. Definitely did not fancy eating when I had COVID. But it wasn't because I couldn't taste anything. I just didn't want it. I lived for 3 weeks on, the only thing I could stand was a poached egg on toast, one a day. One poached egg, one toast a day. All I ate. And hot Vimto, which is a fruit drink. If you're in America, you don't know what I'm talking about. It's a mixed fruit drink called Vimto. But that was what I lived off for 3 weeks. I just did not want anything. I mean, I didn't even, I mean, I'm a coffee drinker, not a tea. I'm a coffee drinker, and I didn't even like coffee. That tasted revolting to me. It's really funny. But when I had COVID, like I said, I didn't lose my taste buds. Didn't lose them. I just didn't want to eat. It was just like somebody said, you don't need it, don't eat it, you know. So, anyway, come on. Thumbs up in the air, please. Very important to Janet. If you want to be kind to Janet, thumbs up in the air, please. I got a compliment. Admittedly, the lady probably needed to go to Specsavers. But I was talking about doing all the work in the garage and how it had knackered me, basically. And she said, oh, well, you know, you're so much younger than me. I said, I'm actually older than you. And she goes, what? She said, I thought you were in your mid-60s. I thought, I'll take that. I'll take it, even though she probably needs her eyes tested. So here I am in my mid-60s. Good you have a sense of humour, isn't it? Anyway, I might do in the dark, you know, candlelight or something. But not in daylight. When I wake up first thing in the morning and stagger to the bathroom, you know how you do, and I've got a mirror sort of go right where I'm going, like when I'm going to the loo, and I'm going, oh, goodness, because my hair's stuck up on end, like Wurzel gummidge. And I've got the strap marks, you know, here, like from the breathing machine. And I'm thinking, oh, Lord, you don't just look 79, you look 99. I do improve tiny little bit as the day goes on. Hi, Sean. Hi, Munchkin. Hi, Nancy Norma. Oh, dear, dear. You will always be Nancy Norma to me. Oh, dear, dear. Ooh. Well, what's everybody doing today? I'm crocheting this rather Gary shawl for an old lady. Not me. Not me. I've got my own Gary shawl. 1 vitamin. 2 vitamin. Why is it the more old you get, the more things you've got to swallow with it? That sounds a bit bad, doesn't it? More tablets you've got to swallow. Ugh. And don't you just hate it when it gets stuck? I mean, some of the tablets I have to take, they're like horse tablets, aren't they? Look at the state of that. I think I need one of them. Well, I have one somewhere, actually. One of them things that cuts pills in half. But it tends not to cut them in half. It tends to crunch them into dust. Yeah. The glucosamine, let me have a look. I don't know. I will tell you in a moment. Oh, I need my glasses. You do ask me some things, Nathan. I've only been taking them a week, so I can't tell you what I'm doing. 120 capsules. You take 2. It's got vitamin C, rosehip, ginger, and turmeric, or turmeric, whichever you want. What does it tell me? What dosage? Well, that's weird. It doesn't say. It just says high strength, but I can't see. It must be in titchy little writing. Oh, it is. It's in, oh my God. Why do they do things like this for the elderly? Little titchy writing. So you can't see what it says. What does it say? Got to take 2 capsules anyway. It doesn't tell you. It just tells you how many percentages of, well, it's got 1,000 milligrams of something. Oh, glucosamine, yeah, 1,000 milligrams. But it's got loads and loads of other things, yeah. No, it's not glucosamine on its own. It's chondroitin, whatever that is. Chondroitin complex. Vitamin C, rosehip, ginger, and turmeric, or turmeric, depends where you come from. But, I mean, I've only been taking them a week, and I actually feel quite a lot better. Yeah. Who have I missed? You're paranoid to go anywhere in case you reek? Oh, you don't know. Right. You don't smell on here, Enid, don't worry. Hi, Alex. Right. Yeah, I got recommended to take these. God knows what they are. Black seed oil. I've no idea what black seeds are, but whatever. It's a supplement of some description. Cold press black seed oil, yeah. But I thought, hey ho, get taking something, girl, You're getting on a bit, it's time you lubricated your joints, isn't it, So we'll try, yeah. But it has seemed to be working, Nathan. I've only been taking them just over a week, actually. But I must admit, I've not been quite as creaky. But that could be because I've not been doing a lot, yeah. I used to take turmeric on its own, but I didn't find it did me any good, actually. It didn't seem to affect me. Mind, I was watching somebody on YouTube or somewhere, and they said that they were supposed to take this and that and the other and the other and the other. And the only workplace they could find all of these was actually in prenatal vitamins, for the expectant woman. And it was a fella that was taking them. And he said, well, I might get some funny looks when I go in the chemist, but it's got every vitamin that I need, apparently. But you've got to be prenatal vitamins for pregnant ladies. Thumbs in the air, please. 10 of you are not complying. You don't like me when I nag, because I do. I do. I'll nag, yeah. Very important to raise my profile. My profile is lower than dirt at the moment because I don't make any videos. And I'm still working on plugging the flipping camera in. I think about it. I do think about it. And then for some reason or other, it goes out my brain. And then I don't think about it. And then when I do think I'll make a video, I think, oh, you didn't plug the camera in. Oh well, I'm having issues The computer's not talking to my printer and it's annoying me no end. My friend came to try and sort it and she couldn't. There's a computer guy that lives not too far from here. I'm going to have to get him, see if he can come. I'll have to pay him, but of course. But it's annoying if I want to print a pattern now, you know. There's no point in buying a pattern online because they come, don't they, as a PDF. And I am not going to sit in front of my computer while I crochet or knit. So, yeah, whatever. I like paper. I like something I can take with me to the library or the knit club and look at it on a piece of paper so I can read it and do it as I'm going on. I don't want to be getting my tablet out or whatever it is and see if I can get the pattern onto that. I'm old school. I like a bit of paper. I don't know whether any of you do, yeah. Oh, Linda's found a colour in Home Bargains that she likes and she's making herself a cardigan. Woo-hoo. Not that cardigan you were talking about, Linda. That one you were saying it was £7. Hi, Chris. It does bug me. I don't mind paying for a pattern. Hello, Lizzie. Don't mind paying for a pattern if it's got lots of instructions and it's very well written and it's got lots of help, like little pictures when there's something you don't understand. I don't mind. But when you pay £7, £8, £9, even £10, and you get a pattern that has been written by a chimpanzee wearing mittens, you know, and it doesn't make any sense at all. You think it's been translated loosely from somebody else's language. And you're thinking, I've just paid. And it makes your if you're only making it for yourself, you've added like £8, £9 onto the cost of your wool, haven't you? And it bugs me no end. You know. Whereas if you go onto Serdar's site, you go onto their heritage page, you can get any pattern you like from 1940 up to present date for £3.50. Yeah. So I'm not paying. If it says £8, £9, £10, I think, forget it, missus, forget it. You ain't getting any money off me. And then they're complaining then that they haven't had many sales. And I'm like, yes, but times are hard, woman, you know. Well, they're usually winning. Times are hard. People just don't have £10 to throw around on a pattern. You know? Just forget it. And you wonder why I make me all up. I make my own patterns up, but I couldn't write them down. I write them down, and then even I don't understand them when I come to do them again. So that doesn't say much for my pattern writing skills, does it? You know, if I was to tell anybody else, they wouldn't have a clue. Plus the fact I only crochet in UK terms. I do not crochet in American. So I would confuse everybody for a kick-off, wouldn't I? I shall stick to making my own things. Except when it comes to anything that's a bit complex and I know I can't do it yet. You found out what happened to the frugal lady? She did a video. Oh, they are friends, but both retired and they wanted different things. Aha, yeah. We wondered what had happened. Somebody we follow, 1 minute she's talking about her husband and the next minute she's saying she's living on her own, and we didn't know whether she got divorced or whether or not he died or something, you know. And it turns out they're living in separate places now. Oh dear. You're currently drinking coffee all day long. Is it that bad, Shab? I'm drinking coffee, but not all day long. If I had a decent video camera, I could call out the stitch. I still would confuse everybody, Chris, because I don't even go there with US terms. It confuses me no end. I find I'm crocheting the pattern wrong because I'm crocheting it in UK terms and it's written in US terms. And I'm like, ugh. And yet everybody that's in America is saying, oh, it's in British terms. We can't understand it. I'm thinking, I have to flipping struggle trying to understand US terms. I mean, for goodness sake, when you've learnt one way and you've crocheted that way for 60 odd years, it comes naturally to call a treble and not a double crochet, you know. A double crochet to me is a completely different stitch. So, hey, that's why I don't do it. Ooh. Oh, excuse me. Oh, look, you're seeing all my rubbish on me cooker now, aren't you? It's better. I wish I had a different room to put it in, but I don't. The outlet that the man from the internet is there in the kitchen, so I can't just go anywhere else because I'm not Wi-Fi, apparently. Apparently that's why my computer is not talking to my printer, something to do with Wi-Fi. I'm Ethernet, something. I'm attached anyway, apparently, with my computer. I'm attached. So, and even though my computer worked perfectly well when I was attached at the other house, it's not working anymore now. No, I don't really drink anymore, Shan. I've got boring. I don't think I can handle it if I tried to be a drinker these days. I will have a drink if I go out socially. I'm still getting depressed. What on earth was that? Something just went. I swear I've got gremlins. Got gremlins living in this house. The other day, something really banged, like something had fallen down. It was in the middle of the night, and I got up and I thought, a picture's fallen off the wall or the mirror's fallen down or something. It was a really loud crash. Nothing at all. I looked on my doorbell camera and there was nothing there at all. Oh, excuse me, I've got an itch. So I don't know to this day what that noise was. You might near a birthday. Hi, Connie. You're lurking, are you? Right. Connie is a lurker, everybody. I remember my son when he was small. You know the word alert? Like, you know, you're giving an alert. And he come to me one day and he said, Mummy, what's a alert? I said, it means when you're alive and everything like that. He said, no. You're saying alert. So what's alert? Try explaining that to a 5-year-old. You had a planting. I saw you had a planting emergency. Oh, they might have sold me a haunted house. Good. Well, do you remember my other house right in Prestwich? I used to have orbs going past me all the time. And people were always telling me on my lives, you've got orbs all around you. And I used to be looking around thinking, have I got something sparkly, you know, that's making things on the ceiling or something? But definitely at Prestwich, there was orbs everywhere, yeah. Ich bin Sophie. Is that our normal, Sophie? Have you changed your name? Are you lurking under a pseudonym, Sophie? Or is it somebody else? Yeah. Oh. One never knows with these days. Oh, AKA crafting it so. Right, okay. Now I'm with you. I wish you'd all stop changing your names. You confuse me. I'm old and I get easily confused. We won't have Val tonight because she's at a family wedding. So that's where she is. She's down in Somerset, where the cider apples grow. I come from Somerset. I am a cider drinker. I'm not, I can't stand the stuff. Oh, everybody keeps saying, oh, there's all these lovely ciders now. There's like peach cider and this cider and that. No. I don't like apple juice even. You know, the ordinary apple juice, don't mean the whatever, yeah. Nathan's not in Somerset, no. He's in where the race course is. Cheltenham, where the race course is. That's where Nathan is. He's not in Somerset. Nose blindness. Oh, right. I had a blocked ear. Oh, it's awful when you can't hear. And I have a friend, she's lovely, but she mumbles. And I keep telling her she mumbles. And I'm like, we went out on Sunday. No, we didn't go Sunday. We went Thursday to brunch. And it was this ear that was deaf, and she's sitting on this side of me. And I thought, oh, God. And it was like, and I'm going, wah, wah. Anyway, I thought, I'm not going to the doctor, so I don't like bothering the doctor with something trivial, because I thought, I'm sure it's only earwax or something like that. Anyway, I've been using olive oil squirty drops, and fabulous. My ear popped yesterday, and it's been back to normal hearing again. Nose blindness, it's probably because you can't smell anything. Yeah. She probably means that. She can't smell and she can't taste because she's got COVID or she's had COVID. That's what I think she means by nose blindness. I had ear blindness. I couldn't hear a thing. I was like, and I didn't want to turn my TV up loud because, I actually saw my neighbour to go hello to. We didn't talk. I just went, I'm your new neighbour. And he went, man, a few words, obviously. You get they tend not to give us a flushing bowl. A girl at Knit Club was saying that she flushes her own ears out. She doesn't go for, because doctors don't like to syringe your ears anymore. I'm not usually one that gets things like that. So I was surprised. But it must have been just earwax, because the olive oil squirty stuff just worked to treat you. And Nosby. No, they're very funny over here, what they sell. You can get loads more medication than we can here. You know, I mean, even like paracetamol, we can only buy it in 16 tablets. We can't get any more, just in case, we want to overdose or something, yeah. So it doesn't stop you going around every chemist in the street, in the town and buying 16, so you could still get 160 if you felt like it, but one chemist will only sell you 16. I mean, in America, you can get a big tub, can't you? No, we can't get 500. We can only get 16. Oh, I don't think I want any cockroaches in. No, thank you. Ibuprofen, I think there's 16 is the tablets in ibuprofen. We can only get things in small packages. They must think we're all suicidal or something, yeah. But, I mean, if you were really suicidal, you'd stockpile them up anyway. It's not going to stop you, is it? You're not going to think one day, oh, yes, I'm going to go and buy 100 or something and take them all at once. Well, I wouldn't anyway. I wouldn't even think about it. 32 a maximum per person, is it? Yeah. See what I mean? America, you can buy all sorts. It's like when my son's in Spain, he can buy his inhalers, the asthma inhalers. He can buy them over the counter without any prescription. Yeah, over here, you have to have a prescription. Great, isn't it? I mean, we can buy ibuprofen, but we can't buy, is it naproxen? There's lots of things we can't buy over here anyway, that you can just get over the counter over there. Oh my goodness me, we couldn't get those, yeah. Yeah. I know somebody sneaked me some of that acetaminophen, whatever it was. They sent me some wool from America, and they sneaked me in because you're not supposed to send them abroad, are you? They sneaked me in a big tub. I've just finished them actually, and I'm like, oh damn it, because they were really good, much stronger than we can get. I mean, I only took them. They must have lasted me over 2 years because I only took them on a really bad day. But we can't get anything that strong over here. The doctors, like you said, they must think we're suicidal or something. But minding me at my age getting period cramp pills. It's a bit like that bloke into getting those vitamins meant for pregnant women. Oh dear. Still. But like he said, they had every vitamin in that his doctor had told me. Voltaren, we don't have that. We might have things called different names to what you have. Naproxen is actually gives you stomach bleeds. I can't take naproxen because I've got hiatus hernia and it could cause a stomach bleed. That's why they won't give me it. And it works and all, that's the trouble. It works. We have something called Voltarol, so that's probably very similar. You rub it in. It smells horrible, but you rub it in, yeah. Yeah. The best thing I've ever rubbed on my legs for arthritic pain is actually cow's udder cream in peppermint. And it's what they put on the cows when they have this mastitis, would you believe? It was a farmer who recommended me to do it. And I thought, he's talking off it. And, Anyway, I thought I'd get some big tube like that. Massive big tube. Really pepperminty. You rub it in your legs and everybody's going, because you're really strong peppermint, yeah. But I tell you what, I keep forgetting to put it on my knees. It really works. Really, really works. It's just the smell that puts me off, yeah. Yeah. Diclofenac, yeah. We call it, it's got diclofenac over here, yeah. Yeah. Poundland, you can get 3 for £1. Ooh. Yeah, I do buy ibuprofen, Not supposed to have it, but I do. Yeah, you do sound a bit like a pharmacist, Sean. You're not allowed to. That's why she had to smuggle it in the middle of some wool for me. She had to sneak it in. The sniffer dogs must have been having a day off that day. I was laughing at something that was on the internet. This woman's suitcase was coming down at the airport, and the sniffer dog alerted to her case. And she thought, oh, that's a bit odd. I've got nothing in the suitcase. She said, well, I hope I've got nothing in my suitcase unless somebody smuggles something into it when I'm not looking. Anyway, they called her in. And of course, they went through her case. No drugs in it, but what there was dog treats. And the sniffer dog had stopped for the dog treat. Yeah. Hi, Helen. I think the dog must have been having an off day, or they haven't fed it. Oh, dear. That would be funny. Mind you, I remember going through customs when we'd come back, and you were only allowed, I think it was 1 bottle of spirits or something like that, and we had 2 each or something like that. So I went through something to declare. So he said, what have you got to declare? I went, these 2 bottles. I said, they're in my rucksack. I said, you can obviously see them, so there's no point me going through them, nothing to declare. And he went, is that all you've got? I said, yeah. He said, Bugger off. But I was being honest. I went through the something to declare because I had one extra bottle. Yeah. 2 boxes from Boost, 2 in Wilco. How many do you take at once then? Yeah, you see, we don't have Tylenol. I don't know what that is. Is it some kind of paracetamol? I'm always hearing about people taking an Advil, is it called? What's that? Everything you have has got different names to us. So, you know, when you're watching things that are American and they say, oh, we're taking Tylenol or we're taking such a thing. And you're like, what are they taking? Yeah. Oh, come on. There's 42 people in. And I've only got 27 thumbs in the air. That means that at least more than 10 people don't like me. Oh, I'm going to be sad. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. When you don't like me, I'm an ugly crier. I cry and mascara runs down my face. I look, well, uglier than usual. Let's just say, you know, never been a beauty, but yeah. Nobody's ever stopped me and said, God, you are beautiful. Well, actually, one guy told me I had wonderful eyes once. And I said, oh, thank you. Then he spoiled it and said, you look like the snake in Jungle Book. If I remember rightly, the snake in Jungle Book, the eyes went round like pinwheels, didn't they? So I don't think I was flattered with that. I did get a compliment the other week off a guy and he wasn't drunk. Usually my compliments come from somebody before they fall over. You know, I'm going to a dead faint. You know, you look over a lovely today. Faint. Goes into an alcoholic stupor. I must look lovely with beer goggles on. Pity they don't like me when they sober up, yeah. Hey, might have given all that up. This guy from across the way, you know, the gardener bloke, he sort of adopted me. She said, oh, you've clicked, have you? I went, no, he's got a wife. He's happily married. That's the way I like him. Oh, shush, phone. That's the way I like them. I like them happily married. Then they don't want me. Right, what have I got? Oh, we saw him going, and laughing because I sent him that video of that French bulldog on a trampoline. He was having a whale of a time. First of all, it ran all the way around the trampoline on the outside, you know, that rim. Then it went inside and it's all over the place on this flipping trampoline. Trixie'd love a trampoline. She's very energetic, that dog. If you've not had a French bulldog, they do 100 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden they go and fall asleep. Oh dear. But my friend's dog, what is he? Not greyhound, what is he, lurcher or something? He sleeps about 23 hours a day. She showed me a photograph of him the other day and he was awake and he was smiling and I went, that can't be him. I said, I've never seen him awake. I sort of took him on the beach or something with his girlfriend and he was running up and down and he was actually smiling. I think staffies are the best for smiles. Have you ever had a staffy? They smile. They usually smile when they're asleep as well. My Buster was part staffy and he used to smile, yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that, yeah. We're still trying to train ours not to wee on the carpet. She's 3 now. You think she'd have got the hang of it. And if it's raining, she will not go out for a wee. She will not. She's a right prima donna. She won't put her foot over the doorstep if it's raining. Oh, Britain has weird laws, Enid, that if they decide a drug isn't whatever, they ban it. There's lots of things we cannot get in the UK that you can get over the counter in America. You know, they're just weird. Doggy nappies, she wouldn't. Oh. It's bad enough putting her little panties on when she's, you know, when she comes in season because they haven't had a spade yet. So we have to put her little, like, doggy knickers on, you know, when she's in season. Oh, she won't keep them on. And the other dog helps her by pulling them off with her teeth, yeah. We have something called Migraine Relief, but it doesn't really work. I used to get some migraine tablets from the doctors when I used to have migraines really, really badly when I was in my 30s, but it turned out it was the pill that gave them to me. But you had to take them on the onset of a migraine. It didn't work if the migraine had actually arrived, yeah. I don't get migraine anymore as such, but I get ocular migraine. I don't know whether you've heard of it. You can be looking at well, it's usually when you're looking at a computer screen too long or doing something, and it starts like that at the side of my eyes, and then it starts like flashing like it's lightning, and then I'll lose the use of my eye. It's usually the right eye, and it's called ocular migraine. But the funny thing is, you don't get a headache with that, because I kept thinking, this is weird, this is strange. And I went to see somebody and they said, oh, it's ocular migraine. I went, well, I used to have migraines. I said, and the headaches with that are tremendous, you know. They flatten you. You can't do anything. Talk about going in a dark room. You know, you cannot function when you get a migraine. But ocular migraine, I used to get them a lot when I was working. I think it was staring at the screen all the time, you know, because when you work at the job centre and all the jobs and things come up, everything you do is on the screen. So you're like, I mean, now it's supposed to be, you're supposed to take breaks, but the job centre got away with not giving you breaks because they said you keep looking away from the screen to talk to the customer, so you're not staring at it all the time. But believe me, you were. But you're supposed to take, if you work on a computer, you're supposed to take breaks. I think it's every 20 minutes or something. But the job centre got away with you not doing it, yeah. You watch the Holy Grail. You know, seeing the Holy Grail. Oh, yeah, funny. I like anything that Monty Python gang do. He's not the Messiah. He's just a naughty little boy. Oh, dear. We used to have that. You remember answer machines when you had them on the phone? My son recorded it, and we never got a message because nobody ever left a message. All we got was laughing. He used to say, "You've done it again, you stupid person. You've rung again when we're not in. If you want to leave a message, leave your bank details, your whatever it was or something, your name, your date, and your bank details. And if you're not too boring, we might ring you back. Bye." we never got any crank calls. We never got any spam calls. We never got anybody because people just wouldn't leave a message. I used to love them answering machines. I can put some kind of message on my Ring doorbell. I think I've just put something about it might take me a while to answer the door or something. Oh, well, hopefully I've not had a mini stroke, no. I've had ocular migraines. Not so many since I stopped work. I think it was the screens at work that did it with me. And I used to be like that, trying to, because half of the screen would disappear. You know, I'd be like that, trying to. People say, "What are you doing?" You know, my customers or whatever, clients, whatever you call them. I used to be like that, trying to see the screen, because half of it would be blocked out because I couldn't see out of one eye. But hopefully, I've not had a mini stroke. Don't want one. Thank you very much. I mean, I know there's nothing you can prevent. If you're going to get one, you're going to get one, aren't you? But I do hope I don't. When I went across to the men's shed, there was a lady. There was no ladies. There was a man there painting with one hand. He had his other hand in his pocket. And I thought, I bet he's had a stroke. Because he had the other hand tucked in the pocket and just painting with one hand. He might have been a very lazy person, but I doubt it. I think he'd lost the use of one arm. Or not steady enough to do painting. Yeah, when I get my other, I get it on Monday, I think. When I get my other planter, I'll take a photograph of that. I'm doing my best. It's money though, innit? You know, because he's a bomb to look, you know, for your garden to look nice. Alan Titchmarsh definitely needs to come round here. You know, when they do your garden up for free. Why, I think you've got to pay, haven't you? Can't afford to do that. You'd have to come for free. My friends took some cuttings off her little trees because I said I wanted some little trees. I'd like some little fruit trees or something that will grow in a tub. Anyway, she took some cuttings off her trees, which are quite flowery trees. So I'll see whether or not. She said she don't know whether they'll take or not. So I'll have to wait and see. My seeds are about 1 inch high now, so there's hopes for them that they're growing, yeah. But they're not big enough to be let out on their own yet. You know, they're still in the little greenhousey thing. Across the road, they've got a big polytunnel. Mind you, that would be bigger than the whole of it. And I've got no, I wouldn't be able to peg it down. It would be across in Blackpool. I've had to try and peg my little greenhouse down as best as I can. Oh dear. It's difficult when you've got no soil, nowhere to pin anything to. And where I've put it, where the sun is, it's not near the fencing, so I can't fasten it to the fencing because where the fencing is, it doesn't get the sun. So I wanted my greenhouse in the sunniest bit, you know, to get my little seeds fighting chance, yeah. So I'm just hoping we don't get a bad storm and the little greenhouse finishes up next door. We finished up with a trampoline once. Only a little trampoline, not a big, just a baby trampoline. I was going up the street saying, has anybody lost a trampoline? We lost our barbecue cover when I was in Fleetwood, somewhere. Because we had a big barbecue. It weren't a little thing, you know, them little with a big barbecue. He left it behind. Well, I didn't want it. So he left it for the people who bought our house. And a pizza oven. He left that as well. I didn't want them. And the lawnmower that I bought. But what would I do with the lawnmower? I've got no lawn. Suppose I could have sold it, couldn't I? But, you know, you don't think of these things, do you? Oh, what was that? That was weird. It just looked like somebody walked past the back door because it's got a glass thing. But it couldn't be because the gate's locked and the conservatory's locked. So it can't be anybody. Good evening. evening, Sina. If you wonder what I'm doing, it's a garish shawl with oddments. So I'm just hoping some little old lady's colourblind. It's very bright, isn't it? I couldn't find my oddments in the shed, so one of the ladies at Knit Club said, I've got loads of part balls. I'll bring them. But of course they don't coordinate, they're just all colours, yeah. So it's got fluffy bits, look. Grey sparkly fluffy bits it's got. Yeah, she gave me 3 balls of that. It's like eyelash. So I decided, because I'm going to be garish and whatever, I might as well stick a bit of eyelash in, as well. Why not? She did give me, another lady gave me some pink. That's got sparkles in. Where's it gone? She gave me that. It's kind of shiny rather than sparkly. I don't know if you can see it or not. So I'm going to make a shawl all in one colour with that. She bought it as what does it say? 18 ounces of double knitting. It isn't double knit though, it's very thin. It's like 4-ply. And then she gave me another bag. Again, this is very thin. I might have to double this up. Very thin. Right, pink. I think I'll crochet that 2 strands together. I mean, I don't mind crocheting, fine, but if it's just to keep people warm, I think it'd be better being doubled up, wouldn't it? But, I mean, normally when I do these type of shawls, I try to coordinate my colours a bit better, but beggars can't be choosers, so I just hope that they like bright colours. They're only going to a nursing home anyway. I mean, this is big enough to use as a lap blanket if they wanted it to. It's actually shaped like a shawl, but, hey ho, they can do what they want with it. When I usually start thinking about cross stitch, I go and take myself for a lie down because I know it ain't my thing. Oh, this one is bottle green, I call it. It's to go with this bottle green dress I'm wearing. I'm very boring today. I'm all one colour. It's funny, I watched Sheila and we were talking. She was talking about sweaters that she'd had like 20 years ago are still beautiful and in shape. These new ones I've got, they fluff up. Get lumps all over them. They're like things hanging off of them. They rub up. They don't stay nice for 5 minutes. Wool, I'll call it wool. Acrylic today, it's just, even if you pay, it's just not good anymore. I've got sweaters that must be 20, 30 years old that were made in Serdar crepe. It was wash and wear, and it used to be crepe. It's not crepe anymore, it's just Serdar wash and wear, not a patch on the old stuff. I think the thing is, if they last too long and they're too good, people don't replace, you see, so they don't buy as much. So what they do is they make this new yarn to have bubble up and fluff up and go baggy, so that you'll have to go and buy some more. I mean, some of my sweaters, they only last me a couple of years, and they're very shabby looking after that. Whereas I've got sweaters from 20, 30 years ago that are beautiful. How do you explain that? Wash the same way, and I don't tumble dry them. Because tumble drying wrecks a woolly. Well, they're not woolies, are they? Acrylicies. It sounds better calling them a woolly, doesn't it? I couldn't do counted cross stitch if I saved my life, Enid. A, I can't see it, and B, I can't hold the needle. I'm pathetic when I'm sewing. I used to do sewing. I used to do embroidery, but I cannot hold the needles anymore. My finger ends don't work. I'm bad enough with the darning needle when you're sewing up woolly. My sewing up now leaves a lot to be desired. It used to be lovely. Well, you're a lot younger than me. When you get to my age, the eyesight goes, the ears go, your joints go, the rest of you goes. Everything starts falling to pieces. I never thought I'd get old when I was your age. Yeah. Funny, when you're in your 40s, you never think you're going to get old, yeah. Well, I started with mine when I was probably about that age. Probably younger, because nobody told me that I was supposed to have calcium after a hysterectomy. Funny how they never told me, isn't it? I haven't got any scissors. Oh, sugar. Well, I do, but I don't know where they are. They're in the other room. Oh, goodness. I've got scissors. I've got kitchen scissors somewhere. Oh, what the heck. Is it any wonder I've got no teeth? Oh. The lady who came and delivered, well, her husband delivered the machine cones. He was going to the dentist. He had a filling put in. And by the time he got home, it had fell out. But when he rung them back, they'd closed. They closed at 2:00 on a Friday. That's why they charge so much, you see, so they can have all the weekend off, isn't it? It didn't last hardly until he got home. That happened with me. I've got one there. It's going to have to come out, I think, because I had a big filling thing like that. It just came out. And then that one filled and broken. I was eating something a few weeks back and I thought, oh, that was a crunchy bit. Yeah, it was my tooth. Oh. Yeah, shall I ring for my servant? Ding, ling, 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 ling. My servant is nowhere around. It's me, myself, and I. All three of us. I've got a very bad habit of talking to myself. When we had the dogs, I used to talk to the dogs, you see. And now I live on my own. I have to admit that I'm talking to myself. First sign of senility. No, I believe that's when you start arguing with yourself. At the moment, I just talk to myself. You know, when you start walking to the freezer going, what should we have for dinner today, Janet? You know, you're thinking, hello. What was the British series with all the bells? What kind of bells? You mean bells for servants or just bells and ringing bells or what? I don't know. Anybody know which series Chris means? Oh, servant bells. That'd be upstairs, downstairs, wouldn't it? Or Downton Abbey or something, where they rang the bells for the servants, yeah. Every room had a bell pull. We went viewing a house when I was upstairs, downstairs, yeah. When we were married, we were thinking of moving. And we went to look at this house, which was a bit stuck in time. And you could actually see where the servants' quarters, it wasn't that big of a house, but you could see where the servants' quarters were and where the bell pulls were for rang. You know, they didn't have the bell pulls in the room, but you could see there was like a plaque on the kitchen wall with the bells on it. And I'm like, oh, it's a bit of an older house than we thought it was. We didn't have it in the end because it was in really bad nick and it would have took too much money to get it back, you know, up to standard. We couldn't have moved in it. We found out later that a builder bought it and it was really worse than it was when it was looking on the outside. He spent an absolute fortune, just to get it. He'd bought it like to sell it on, if you know what I mean. Do it up and sell it. But apparently it was really bad. And he was a builder. So we'd have got no chance of doing that. We'd have probably sunk into the ground or something. It would have been a lovely house. Well, it probably is now. It's been done up. And we wondered why it was in our price range, Yeah, because it was tumbling down. That's why it was in our price range. And it had a big leak in the roof. It had been raining all the way down. Oh, God, it was a mess. But you could tell it had been a gorgeous house. You could smell the musty, the mouldy, musty smell when you went in it. Oh. I mean, I loved it, but I knew we couldn't have it. And my son's going, I don't want to move here. I don't want to leave my friends, because it was in a different area than where we were living. So we decided to stay where we was, and it's probably as well. Yeah, we viewed some lovely houses, but they were, kind of out of our price range bit. We would have really had to stretch ourselves, so we decided not to bother. To stay where we was. I loved that house. I'm sorry I parted with it. But can't go back, can you? No U-turns, can't go back. It's funny, if you could turn back time just a few years, would you change things? I would, yeah. If I could go back to being my young self, I would do a lot of things differently. I would have gone to university to start off with and not been stupid and stayed at home. My life could have took a different path. I would have probably never met my husband if I'd have gone to university. I would have probably met some other idiot, because that's just the way I roll. I'm attracted, Not the bad boys. I'm attracted to the wrong ones. It's been a pattern all my life, that. Yeah, what do they say? If it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all, yeah. Yay. You get the lame ducks, yeah, I get the no hopers, yeah. I get the ones that look as though they have prospects, and then you change everything. I would. I'd go to university, I wouldn't get married, but then I wouldn't have my son, would I? But then, you see, I could have different children, couldn't I? Yeah. Hello, Shad. Where have you been? We missed you. Hang on, necklace. There you go. Look at that. Specially dangly one. What's facing the wrong way, isn't it? There you go. Special dangly one. Hi, Shad. Where have you been? You've been missed. You've been missed. Yeah, it's quite a jazzy one, isn't it? Yeah. Like a chandelier. Yeah. That's what it reminds me of. Those chandeliers that have dangly bits. Yeah. You've been gardening. I thought you were underwater, or is it all gone now? Last time you came on, you'd had a flood or something. I know you said you'd have to start replanting everything because everything got washed away. Green's your colour. It's not mine, actually. Mine's purple or red. are my two colours, my go-to colours. You walked away from YouTube? I watch a lot of YouTube actually because, to be quite honest, in the UK there is nothing on telly. Oh, I don't communicate with people. I just watch things. No, you get into arguments if you start making comments and people disagree with you, so I don't bother. I just watch things, keep my own counsel, you know. That's why I never go on lives apart from this one, because I found out people were really getting... Some of the lives I went on, people were so nasty to each other, and I'm like, why am I sitting here listening to this? It's just, you know, why is there like this undercurrent of people who have to make nasty comments? There was somebody on the other day that was really upset by something that had been said. Can't think who it was now, and I'm like, oh, just ignore them. You know, they do it for effect. I mean, maybe it's my job centre training, but they used to insult me and do everything. It's because they try to distract you. They're trying to get under your skin. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work for them, because they want you to go, oh, how dare you? Oh, don't say that to me. And if you go, yeah, right, okay, fine. It's your opinion. Enjoy. They don't like it because they want to row. Yeah. Yeah. They're just, yeah, I don't agree with all that drama. Thank you, Shad. I just don't enter into it. And I used to go on a few lives. I mean, not Jill's live or anybody that you know. It's just that I went on to a few other lives. And, you know, they're catty and nasty and calling each other. And I'm like, oh, for goodness sake. You know, you're a crafting community. You're here to support each other. You're women. You should be supporting each other, not knocking each other down. And, you know, it's just gets on my nerves. I can't think who it was that was really upset by something somebody had said. And I remember thinking, don't let it get to you. You know, just ignore them. Just block them. Ignore them. They only do it to annoy you, to get under your skin. And if it doesn't get under your skin and you don't bat an eyelid, you've ruined it for them, which is great, because, you know, that's what they're there. If you go, oh, how dare you? Oh, don't say that about me. Oh, have you heard what she just said about me? They're laughing. They think it's wonderful. But if you go, yeah, okay, fine, that's your opinion, ta-ra, you take the wind out of the sails and they can't do anything else. Yeah. So if anybody calls you names or does anything, just ignore them. Ignore them. Just go, yeah, right, okay, fine. I used to get called a fat, ugly bitch and all kinds of names when I was at the job centre. And I used to say, yeah, fine, that's fine, yeah. Maybe I am. Okay. What can we do for you? When you've quite done calling me names, can we get on with what we're supposed to be calling, doing? I said to one, so, well, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight then, is there? So he goes, what? I had a friend who was mixed race, and he was called a black bee. And he says, actually, he said, you are right. He said, you can look at me. He said, yes, I am. I'm black. And technically, at the time when I was born, my mum wasn't married to my dad. So you're right. And this lad's going, because he thought he was insulting him, you see. What happened to who? Oh, the people who insulted me? I've no idea. They're probably still on the dole, aren't they? Like deadbeats that they were. the no-hopers, the don't-want-a-jobbers, the ones who just want to stay on benefits all their life, you know. No ambition. They're the morons, yeah. You feel sorry for them because they've no ambition. They must have no life. You know, all they want to do is sit on their duff all day long and probably watch Jeremy Kyle when he was on or something. Yeah. They don't have any ambition. They don't want to crawl out the gutter. They just survive and go from one paycheck to the next, you know, where the rest of us would think, oh, God, I can't be doing with that. You know, you want to better yourself if you're normal, don't you? You don't want to sit there and just be like that from 16 to the grave, you know. Oh, I don't understand the mentality of them, Nathan. I just don't. It's like they don't want to get on in life and they don't want to do anything with themselves. You know, I just couldn't live like that. I've always been not ambitious I'm not ruthlessly ambitious, but I've always wanted to better myself. I've always wanted a better education. I've always wanted to do more, do better. I've never been content to just sit there and say, this is me, this is it. Obviously now I do because, you know, I'm past the age where I can get a better job or whatever. But I just couldn't understand that anybody who has no ambition. Yeah, well, don't get me started on the politics, yeah. Tell you, we've got local elections coming up on May something or other. Just let anybody come to my door. They'll wish they hadn't when they knock on. They won't be getting my vote, that's for sure. Hey. Yeah, we had a lady at Knit Club who actually voted for Labour. She's going, I have to apologise to everybody. She said, I really thought they were going to do some good. I've changed my mind now. You finally mooted the stage 5 clinger. Oh, don't give your phone number to anybody now. If I don't recognise the number, I don't answer it. But occasionally I have come unstuck because sometimes it's been the hospital. And one time I put the council, they were ringing me up about me council tax, only because I'd asked them to sort it out. And I put them on spam. Oh, by accident. It was only when I came to ring them because they hadn't rung me, and I thought, oh, that's the same number I've just put onto spam. So I had to unspam it so I could ring them. Now, the only emotional support animal I want is to knit myself an emotional support chicken. I was talking to Nathan about it earlier on. I'd seen a video where somebody in America, they go together and they all sit and knit these emotional support chickens. I want one of those. But the only way I'll get one is to make myself one. But I want the right wool because I want mine to be like rainbow coloured. I don't want it to be all boring like brown or something, you know. I know chickens are brown, but I want mine to be, you know, shaded from one colour to another to look nice, yeah. What the names they give the emotional chickens, yeah. I watch Foxes Afloat. They used to live on a narrowboat, but now they live and got a farm in Scotland. And they said if anybody buys, you know, their merchandise and that, they could give a name to their chickens because they had 6 chickens before and they got killed by a polecat, which we have in Scotland. And before they got 12 new ones, they really went to town, you know, making it more secure than ever. And they said if anybody bought any of the merchandise, they could name the chickens, you know. So they've all got obviously ladies' names, yeah. I could call mine Janet, it doesn't matter. It could be an emotional support chicken called Janet. Yeah, I don't mind. It'd have to be rainbow coloured, of course. I don't want a plain old brown chicken. I would be quite insulted if somebody gave me a brown chicken and called it Janet. It'd be like, My friend was making fun of me the other day. I bought a coat and it was cream. And she goes, beige. You don't like it? I said, yeah, but it's nice. It's cream. Nathan, who said it to you, but you could be mistaken. Said what to you? I think I sent you that emotional chicken video, yeah, Enid, because I thought it was funny. I would love one. You know, you can pat it and tell it all your troubles, couldn't you? You know. Oh, the clinger. Oh, yeah. When you say clinger, I think of MASH. You know, Corporal Klinger. The one who kept dressing up in a wedding dress because he wanted to get out of the army. Excuse me, hello. Yeah, it was Corporal Klinger wanted in MASH. I like Radar, yeah. I'm sure everybody's watched MASH, haven't they? I can still watch it. It still gets repeated on the telly. Tra-la-la-la-la. I like these shows purely because I don't have to think. I just have to. I don't even have to look because you don't have to feel for a stitch. You're going into a big hole, aren't you? So that's why I like them, I think. She touches you. Ugh. Weird. Well, if she's 6 inches smaller than you, I dread to think what she's touching. Get off. Oh, that's weird, Munchkin. Nah. Yeah, we can all send presents to each other, but that doesn't mean to say we want to come for a holiday. That's crazy. They had a thing over here where people used to crochet worry worms and used to put them in a little bag with a poem. I can't remember what the poem said. It was only a little poem. And you put them in a little plastic bag and you're supposed to leave them everywhere so people could find them. And they were called worry worms. They're like a little twirl thing, yeah. No, I've never made one, not even for a friend or anybody. I might make one. But what worried me about these like worry worms is like they glue little beads on for eyes, and I'm thinking, oh, I hope a child doesn't find it. You know, you've got to think about a child putting it in its mouth or something and swallowing these little bead things. That's what would worry me most about making. I'd have to embroider eyes if I made a little worry worm. I wouldn't put seed beads on for eyes. You know, you've got to think of these things, haven't you? Health and safety. It's all right if you're giving it to an adult, but you know what kids are like. Everything goes in their mouth, doesn't it? Now, I've been fortunate. I've not had any clean. Oh yeah, I'd had one. I had one. I had to tell her in the end that I didn't want to be a friend. And she's like, but why? And I'm like, because you're bloody irritating. I couldn't tell her that though. But she was the same. She'd just keep calling round and unannounced and, wanting to be my best buddy. Where are you going? Can I come? It's like, no! Tried to tell her in the end. I hated doing it, but she just drove me nutty. Couldn't turn round because she was at my door. I made the mistake of inviting her for a coffee. Big mistake. Because then she found out where I lived and she never went away. But the easy dolls take too long to do. The worry worms only take a couple of minutes. You can make hundreds of them and leave them everywhere. You should make some worry worms because they're only tiny and they'll use all your little scrippy scraps up. You can find the poem somewhere on the internet and get it printed out, or even write it out. It's not that long. But I don't go on the seafront much anymore. That's where I would leave them, on the seafront. Oh, we used to do all sorts of things in Salford. I used to go to a knit club in Salford. We used to make all kinds of things and fasten them onto lamp posts and stuff. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I had a stalker who had a child that had difficulties. You feel sorry for him in a way, don't you? But you've got to think about yourself, haven't you? Because, it starts threatening your sanity, It was £2.99, this eyelashy yarn. Warning, this bag is not a toy. It's not even plastic, it's cellophane. It's got a big hole in it, so it wouldn't exactly suffocate anybody. Yeah, I'm going to put another row of this in. What's it called? So Crafty. I think that comes from... It's either Poundland or Aldi, isn't it, So Crafty? Yeah, they're very lonely people. That's the trouble when they want to live their life through you because you have a bit much more interesting life than they do, I think. Yeah. Is it Aldi So Crafty? I got it given me. It was in that bag, with that wool. Well, you could try. They were everywhere at one time. They were very, very popular. I don't really have an interesting life, but people think I do. Well, I used to make videos. She always wanted to be on my videos as well. When she knew I had a live video, she'd come round. Is it from Aldi? Yeah. She'd come round and she'd say, "Oh, you're making a live video," and then she'd come and sit next to me, and I'm like, "I didn't ask you to come on my live video. Go away." Because she wasn't very interesting, It wasn't like when I used to have Kelly on it or when I used to have Sue on it. They were funny and they were interesting, and people used to love them being on. But not when she was on it. She was like a dampener, None of my friends now want to be on it. I can't make any videos with them. I said, "Can I video you?" "No." "I don't want to be on a video. Go away." It's like my knit club. I said to my knit club, "Would you mind if I videoed you?" And no, don't put me on. Oh, God, no. You thought they were panic. So you don't get to see anybody in my knit club because they don't want to be on the YouTube. I'm having me dandelion and burdock. I found a bottle. I have a cupboard with my alcohol. God, I've not had anything with my alcohol in it. But because I haven't touched it since I moved here, I didn't realise I had a bottle of dandelion and burdock in there. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have that. B&M used to have this, but they never do anymore. Cheers, everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh, I've got so much. I didn't go anywhere today because I had tummy troubles and I couldn't leave the house. So I didn't do my weekly shop. So tomorrow I've got to do my weekly shop. I've got to mop the kitchen floor and I've got to shorten the curtains because I've got somebody coming round either Tuesday or Thursday to put the curtain nail up in the bedroom. So, you know, obviously I need to have the curtain ready to put up once the rail's put up, yeah? So I need to, you know, get something done tomorrow. I need to go down to the shops tomorrow and I need to get some cash because I spent all my cash across at the men's shed on my plants. There's hardly any holes in the walls around here. The bank is closed now, so there's no hole in the wall there. I think there's one across the main road at one of the shops has got a hole in the wall. I mean, when I lived in the other house, there was one just round the corner at the co-op. So if I wanted any cash, it was only like a 2-minute run round the corner on my scooter. But here, you're like, the banks are all shut in. Don't know what they want us all to do. Be contactless. But I like, if I'm going into a shop for something small, like some sweets or whatever, yeah, the men's shed, you buy them out. No, they want to buy any of them. They're all old men. Not that I'm not an old woman, but you know what I mean. There are elderly men and there are old men. Home bargains. Yeah, they did used to have it. I think it was Home Bargains we used to get it from. But they haven't had any for ages. And I can't get in B&M at the minute because they've ripped up the blinking street. They're doing something to the street. And they've not left me enough room on the pavement to get my scooter up. They've left enough room for somebody to walk. But anybody with a wheelchair or anybody with, you know, a scooter or a double buggy, you know, can't get up there. The little shop near me will give, well, apparently now it's changed hands and they say they're not doing it anymore. They used to give you only £20 if you spent some money. But most of the shops, no. I mean, Tesco do, but there's no Tesco's around here. Asda do, I think, but there's no Asda around here. Well, there is, but it's a car journey. I mean, like Asda's and places like that always have cash machines outside of them, but I'm not near any. You know, it's quite a trek for me on a scooter. Aldi don't give you cash back. Marks and Spencer's don't. I think the only cash point there is in Cleveland now is probably the Halifax. That's the only, because the NatWest is closed down. And that's the only bank that there is left, I think, in Cleveland. The post office, yeah, that's a bit of a drag. It's, yeah, further down and round. But I've got to go to the post office on Monday because I need to post something and would you believe I haven't got a stamp? I normally have a few stamps in my purse, but I haven't got a stamp. So I've got to post something to somebody on Monday. So I need a first class stamp. Ooh, so I'll have to go to the post office. I think I can get money out of the post office, you're right. But I'm going to Fleetwood, which is that way. But there's no way in Fleetwood unless I go all down the main street, which smells of weed and it's grim. The post office is down the opposite end of the main street to where the library is. But where the library is, where I go, there's no cash points anywhere there. There's a lack of cash points all around here. Absolutely. I mean, there's one in Fleetwood Market when it's open, but they charge you £2 to take any money out. You know, if you only want a tenner, you've got to pay £12 to get your tenner. That should be exorbitant. But I had to get some cash out one time because, like, obviously the stalls in the market only want cash. This is what I mean, is they're making it more difficult for everybody to get cash, and yet there are places like markets and little towns that only want cash. They don't have cash machine, you know, contactless machines, yeah. Oh yeah, they charge you to get your own money out, yeah. You try getting any amount of money out your own bank if you haven't got any ID. I wanted to get some money out when we moved to pay a builder. He wanted cash. And, the argument I had at the NatWest. Because I didn't have my bus pass then or anything, you know, on my blue badge, anything. They said, what do you mean you don't have a passport? I said, I'm not going anywhere. I said, I've got a passport, but it's out of date and you won't have it. I said, but yeah, everybody checked it when it was, you know. So everything's still in order. They checked everything about me when they issued me with this passport. So it's out of date, but it's still a passport. Well, a driver's license then. I said, I haven't driven since my spinal operation when I was 62. I haven't got a car, I don't drive. Why would I renew my driver's license for £70 odd when I don't drive? Why would I go and get paid, I don't know how much for a passport when I'm not going anywhere? Oh. I finished up having a right row with the manager. I said, it's my bloody money, I want it out. Well, we don't know who you are. I said, ask me some questions then. Ask me some personal questions and I'll tell you. That'll prove it's me. Oh, we've got to be so careful, you know. You wouldn't like it if we gave your money away to anybody, would you? I'm like, no, but give it to... Oh. God, I was blazing that day. I finally got it in the end, but... Anyway, the next time I needed cash, I transferred it to my daughter-in-law. And she went to her bank with her passport to get it out for me. So it's bloody ridiculous, isn't it, when you have to do stuff like that? You have to transfer it to somebody's bank account because they've got a passport and they can go and get the cash. And then they say, oh, what's it for? What you want the money for? I felt like I said, don't be so nosy. What do I want the money for? I want to squander it. I want to buy a toy boy, get drunk and have drugs. What do you think? I said, I'm paying a builder. Why does he need cash? Go and ask the builder, I don't know. He just wants cash. Ooh-wee. Yeah, but honestly, I know people do get scammed and I'm not that stupid. I wouldn't be driven to a bank with somebody around me. I'd say, go. Take a running jump if anybody tried to get me to give them any money. Did have a job, I got none anyway. They wouldn't be getting thousands out of my bank account, that's for sure. In order to get thousands out, you have to have thousands in. So if they targeted me, they're targeting the wrong one. I mean, do I look wealthy? Do I look wealthy? Yeah. No. I'm still on the lottery tonight, yeah. That reminds me, my bank card's run out and I've got a new one now. I just got a message from the lottery saying, you need to change your... I tried to change it the other day, but I had £2 in the lottery, you know, the little... You have to empty it before you can change your bank details. I'm like, I've only got £2 left from some winnings. Not a Chelsea pet. No, I'd like a red coat. think they're rather snazzy, aren't they, those red coats that the Chelsea pensioners wear? No, any money I have, I spend it on things, yeah. Well, they could have me £2 out my lottery, then I can change my bank account details. I'm going to have to move that £2 into my bank. Well, I don't want to. I could leave it there. I'm not bothered. But then I can change my bank card details. But why can they not change my bank card details just because there's £2 in there? Oh, weird. They don't have any way of adapting to anything. Everything's set in stone, isn't it? Yeah, they could probably get a fiver out of my bank account, but not a lot much more. I had a rise in my pension. I think it was £3 a month or something. Wow. And in November, when I'm 80, I get 25 pence more a week. What am I going to do with that? Don't spend it all at once. So I get £1 a month more in my pension. Hardly worth it, isn't it? I feel like saying, keep it, love. Don't bother. It's not risen. It's like this £10 Christmas bonus. It's not risen since about 1970 something. And they'd stop that if they could. Stop the eating allowance. They'll probably stop me 25 pence, won't they? If Rachel Thieves is that hard up with the 3 houses and a heating and a staff being paid for, she can have me 25 pence. Oh, they try it on. I had one the other day. We have got your parcel. We seem to have your address wrong. I thought, yeah, right. I've not ordered anything. Go away. DPD have tried to deliver. No, they haven't, because I haven't ordered anything. Go away. Every driver needs to know. No, go away. But some people fall for it because it's quite, Then there was another one. You have to apply for your heating allowance. And I'm like, no, there is no heating allowance. Scam. I'll just write scammer and leave them. It's all the time. It's like adverts on Facebook. I will not click on any advert on Facebook. If I like the look of it, I will take a screenshot of what it is and Google for another legitimate stockist of it, like eBay or Amazon or something. I will not buy it off Facebook. I made that mistake once with a pair of boots. Never got them, of course. Complained to Facebook bitterly, complained everywhere. And they were still advertising the mythical boots under different names. They do it all the time. I am forced to close down my business. I've got this, that, and the other for sale. Leather handbags and shoes. You're thinking, don't go there. And there's always a thing underneath the comments. Oh, I've got mine and how beautiful it is. And I'm like, liar. But Facebook don't care. They don't care if people are getting scammed. No, I just won't. I'll take notice of what it is, and I'll go and look on Amazon or look on eBay or somewhere and find it. But it annoys me that that Facebook won't do anything. Oh yeah, I've got so many relatives in Nigeria you wouldn't know about, Chris. And they've always got my name. and they're my relatives. And I'm like, you're barking up the wrong tree. A, it's not my name, it's my married name. B, it's my husband's adoptive name. It's not actually his birth name. So why would he have any relatives that would leave him money? Or I get these women with begging letter things, dear beloved, and all this. You're thinking, oh, for goodness sake. Or the other one is, I can't send you a message. Can you click on me and you know, befriend me? And I'm like, no, I cannot. Hey, beautiful lady. No, go away. Desperate? They think you're daft. But there must be somebody falls for it. Otherwise, why would they do it? Why would they do it? Well, there's always, well, there's daft men, I suppose, but there's a load of daft women. These that go to Turkey and God knows where and come back with a toy boy. Oh, yeah, he loves me. Yeah, he loves your money, love, and he loves the green card or whatever it is they have in England. He don't love you, love. He'll be off as soon as he can. I had one in Turkey when I'd be in my 40s. Young kid. I want to come to England to go to university. Can I come and stay with you? No. Are you going, Sophie? Good night, dear. Good night. He said, do you have a house? I went, no. Are you married? Yes. You have a husband at home? Yes. You're barking up the wrong tree, sunshine. I love you, pretty lady. I thought, oh, yeah, 18-year-old waiter when I was in my 40s. Yeah, I really believe that. In the end, we got the bloke that had been educated. He was Turkish, but he'd been educated in England. And we told him what was happening. And he said, I'll go down to the beach with you tomorrow. He said, I won't sit with you. I'll sit behind. He said, and when they come, he said, I'll give them both barrels. They didn't bother us after that. He gave them a mouthful. He said, I've told them that you are my women and they have to leave you alone. He said, you don't mind, do you? I said, I don't care what you say, as long as you keep them away from us. Oh, they pinch lovely profile photographs. I feel sorry for the people that they pinch the photographs of. You know, can you imagine? You know, if suddenly you see a picture of your military husband on somebody else, you know, with somebody else's name on him. They take them off military websites, don't they? They're either a surgeon, aren't they, or they're a captain or a colonel or something. Oh, I'm not saying all of them are, but the young waiters, you know, the ones that prey, you know, on 40-odd-year-old women telling them they love them. Yeah, they just want to get out. Oh, they usually live in Nigeria or somewhere. They're nearly all African or something. Yeah, the phony their Facebook profiles when they come and want, you know, send you a friend request, and when you look, they're always some handsome surgeon or somebody in the army and that. And if you just click on the picture and Google, you know, it comes up as somebody else's profile completely, who probably is legit. But it certainly isn't the person who sent you the friends request. You can always tell because there's nothing on their profiles except a picture of a dog or something, or pictures of them. And when you look at their friends, it's always women. All these women that have accepted their friend's request. A friend of mine fell for one. She was some Russian woman, and he's going, "Oh, I love her," and all this crap. It turned out she wanted him to buy Bitcoin. I said, "Well, I told you were being had." I said, "Don't send her any money, whatever you do. Don't buy any Bitcoin. Just tell her to." And I backtracked the profile that he showed me, and it was a model, but it wasn't her that was talking to him, if you know what I mean. Well, they still find me, Enid. They still find me. I get at least 2 or 3 people, friends requests from guys every single day. I just delete. I just block them. Bye bye, you're gone. I wouldn't accept a friend request of a man unless I knew somebody who knew them, if you know what I mean. Or if it was somebody that I'd met in real life who said they had a Facebook profile. But just a strange random guy wanting to befriend me, nah. Bye, you go. This fluffy wool is rough. Oh God, they must be mad. Why would you say? It's always some. I can't get to my money. I want to come and see you. I need money for the airfare and all that. Blah, get lost. Or I have a business deal and my money can't come through. It's yeah. Heard it all before, love, yeah. Lonely daft women. They must be more than lonely. They must be simple. Can they not see through it all? As soon as anybody asks you for money, he loves me. No, he doesn't love you at all. I mean, they say, "Oh, I've seen him. I've talked to him face to face," and that. I think there's AI, mate. You're not talking to an actual person. You're talking to an AI. They can put faces that can make fake people. I mean, they've done it with loads of people who are really, really famous, and they've made them say things that they didn't say. And it looks like they're talking, but it's the way they do it. I have a friend in Australia, and her husband, when they parted company, he got in with some Filipino woman, and he was sending her money all the time. And he sent her fare to come over, and it was always, "Oh, her mum was ill and she couldn't go," but like she never sent the money back from the air ticket. And he still kept saying, "You're being had." And she kept saying to him, "You're being had. You're just being scammed along." There's some women in the Philippines, and he was sending her money for about a year. I think he gave up in the end, but I said, if he's so bloody keen on her, why don't he fly over to the Philippines and meet her? "Oh, yeah, no, she didn't want that. She didn't want that. There was always some excuse." I said, "She's got a flipping husband over there. You're being a mug. You're paying." "Oh, no, there's no husband when I do FaceTime with her." I said, "No, she's got him out the background saying, 'Mug's here sends us money every month. Just keep it to the room, will you?'" Hi, Jane. Doodle-doo-doo. Doodle-doo-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Angela Jones. Why am I hungry? What did I have for my tea? Oh, I only had some fish. That's probably why I'm hungry now. I'm a Manjaro failure. I think they give me the wrong drug. Whenever I've injected myself, I feel hungry. And it's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to kill your appetite. I think I've got the placebo. How much weight have you lost since you've been on Manjaro, Janet? I think about 3 pounds, yeah. Oh, I've got to keep biting me one. I've got one I can't bite. I'm going to have to look for scissors. It's this tinsel stuff. It won't bite. My dentist used to go mad with me. You've been biting the cotton again, haven't you? Yeah, I need to get I've got some kitchen scissors in here somewhere. In the drawer. I don't want to move because I've got my heat pad on my back. And I'm getting cosy. Oh, I've got my foot in my plastic bag now. Oh, do you know? If there's a wrong way to do it, I do it. If there's any wool on the floor, I get my slipper caught in it. Why? You think it's sod's law, you've got a 50-50 chance of not getting your foot wound up in your wool, haven't you? But no, I do it all the time. Right, scissors on the hunt for a pair of scissors. Or skizzers, as my son used to call them when he was little. I want some skizzers, Mother. Oh, I've got I think I've got the Temu ones that don't cut. Great Temu scissors, they don't cut nothing. Ooh, Tamu. Why is it called Tamu when it's got an E in it? Here we go now. Oh, they did manage to cut. Usually I'm going. I got nail files, filed me nails, and all the bubbly bits went off the file. It was supposed to be one of them metal ones, you know, that like diamond it was supposed to be. I filed my nails once, and all the thing went off them. I tell you, they're useless. My friend swears by him. She says, "Oh, everything I've had off Temu's been wonderful." So everything I've had's finished up in the bin. I won't order nothing no more. It's absolute cheap rubbish. Sorry, but it is. If you're happy with cheap rubbish, then fine. Oh. The only thing I kept was some little plastic things, but they were so small. And I swore I'd checked the measurements of them. I think they measure things in centimetres, not inches. They were like basket things, you know, you put in organisers, like baskets. When they come, they were little teeny little things. I thought, I didn't order that. I'd ordered something that was like that big. So I thought, I got this little thing like that. I did keep them, but they're pretty useless. They don't hold much. They don't even really hold a pencil, you know, lengthwise. They're too small. Right, what has she got in here that she can eat? Oh, she's got some hula hoops. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. Man, you can't say things like that anymore. You get called for racism. She wears red feathers and a hooly skirt. She lives on just coconuts and fish from the sea. What was that? Guy Mitchell, I think he was called. He used to sing that. These used to fit on your finger. You could put one on every finger. Now I can't even get one on my little finger. They've gone smaller. Hula hoop. See, I used to put one on every finger and then eat them one at a time. Can't even get it on my little finger now. And I haven't got big hands. I mean, look how small they are. Hard as nails as well. I've used another tooth before I finished. And I hope this lady who gets this shawl likes bright colours and fuzzy. I bet the nurses go, oh, what's that? Ooh. With the other ones I made, I tried to be more coordinated, you know, do all blues or all greys or something. But this one's got really gary colours in it. It's like psychedelia, isn't it? Acid. The only time I was like that was when I had COVID. I had such vivid dreams, and they were always psychedelic, flashing lights, really, really weird. They were like hallucinations. And I wasn't on any drugs. It was when I had COVID. No, they didn't know it was COVID. I'm right at the beginning I had COVID, before they knew it was COVID. Every dress I've got from Shein, I've sold it for less money than I paid for it. It's nasty, cheap, flimsy material. And then you see all the stories about how they get paid peanuts for making them, and you think, oh, poor buggers, don't you? Oh, cool. You don't want to see the utensils, do you know? I keep thinking it's some poor little soul in some sweatshop somewhere making these clothes for Shein. It's not just Shein though. I mean, it's people who make jeans and that. I mean, they're all made in little sweatshops in India, aren't they, in places. It used to be like that in the UK donkeys years ago. But they stopped all that, didn't they? It's like these crochet things that they're selling, you know, for dead cheap. There's some poor little soul in a village somewhere crocheting their little souls on. Yeah, they would starve, but I mean, they're working for pennies, aren't they? You know, they're working like 12 hours a day for, you know, a few pence. And somebody's exploiting them and selling what they're making. Like, I think was it Levi or Wrangler or something? There was a big row years ago because they were using, you know, real slave labour to make these jeans and selling them for about £100 a pair. Apparently it's the same with toys and that, you know, like Barbie dolls and stuff. It's dreadful how one half of the world is exploiting the other half. But everybody wants something for cheap. Everybody wants to shop at Shein. Everybody wants to shop at Primark. I buy a lot of my stuff second hand because I think at least I'm keeping it out of landfill, you know. Somebody else who's bought it doesn't like it, doesn't suit them, wants to get rid of it. You know, I don't feel too bad because otherwise if I didn't buy it, it would go in landfill, wouldn't it? I don't like buying new unless I have to. I mean, some things you do have to buy new. You know, you have to buy new appliances, don't you, and things like that, because I wouldn't buy second-hand electricals. I haven't been in Primark for about 20 years, I think. The sizes are completely off the wall. They're like Japanese sizes, aren't they? You know, when I was about a size 12, it was depressing when I had to buy a 16. I'm thinking, I've lost weight. I don't want to buy a 16. I want to buy a 12 and fit in it. But my friend who was size 8 used to buy 12s. Some of ours are ridiculous. There's a new one opened here. Brilliant shop. Massive, massive shop. Some of the prices are very reasonable, but some of them you're thinking, well, they're looking. It didn't cost that much when it was new. This new one that's opened, it looks gorgeous. And everything is on the racks in colours, you know, like there's a lemon rack, a red rack. But they don't put the sizes in any kind of order. So you have to go all along. I mean, they've got them little triangles, not triangles, square things on top of the coat hangers. But even so, you've got like, you know, all the sizes are mixed up. And I can't stand too long. And obviously I can't take my scooter inside. So I get fed up looking for my size anyway. I have been in 3 times. And I've never been round it yet. I have to do a little bit and then my back kills me and I have to come out. And 2 things I bought, I mean, they're only cheap, but 2 things I bought were sized wrong. So when I got them home, they wouldn't fit me. I haven't looked, Linda, but I don't think I'll have won it. When it first came out, the lottery, we used to sit there, me and my ex, watching the numbers coming. You know, it used to be on the telly, didn't it? With our little tickets. Yeah, we're like bingo balls on the telly. Yeah, they don't put the programme on now anymore. Well, I don't think they do. I haven't seen it if they do. Yeah, it used to be balls bouncing down like that. I don't know how they do it now. Probably just a random number generator, isn't it? I've got my heating on. It's funny. I can go like half the week without putting any heating on. And then all of a sudden you get one day and it's freezing. I need to up my monthly payments. I just had my first bill. Already I'm in debt, so I'm thinking this is not good. I'm obviously not paying enough. When they told me how much it would be a month, I'm thinking that's a bit low. Anyway, on Monday I'll ring them up. Tell them to recalculate. I know that in the summer it might balance itself out because I won't be putting the heating on. But I don't like being at this. I'm like £100 in debt already and I've only paid 2 months. So I'm like, that's not right. I feel the cold and it's dreadful. This is a much warmer house than the other one. I was never warm in that other house. I think we had a street light on and our bills were tremendous in that other house. Absolutely astronomical. Sure, we were feeding a street light. But I need to up my monthly payments. I don't want to be in debt by a few hundred by the time it gets to the end of the year. My son's in Turkey. Oh, I've turned mine on, yeah. I don't miss that log burner though. Oh, it was a pain in the backside, that log burner. They were pretty and it was blooming warm, but messy. I went to clean it out and if you didn't watch, when you opened the door, things fell out and burnt your carpet. This is, can you imagine some old lady sitting in a nursing home wearing that? Poor soul. Psychedelia. What colour shall I have next? Which gary colour shall I put on next? Oh, I'm losing my stitch. It's come unravelled. Oh, and the trouble is it's that, what do you call it? Well, I can't find my stitch. I think it's the, that's the trouble with this eyelashy one. Once you put your stitch down, you can't find it again. Right, I'm going to hold on to this stitch now till I find another colour to go in with it. Hold tight. Right, Janet, look for another colour. What are you going to have next? Oh, I got given a load of purple thin. Oh, it's blue, doesn't it there? It's actually purple, but that's very thin, so I'll have to double that up. Somebody said, are you going to make something with it? I went, no. No, not for me. Oh, they're messy. And they're not cheap. And then the government's rattling on about smog and smokeless and things, and they're talking about maybe banning them. Yeah, they get everybody to buy a log burner and then they decide to ban them. Not my problem though, I don't have one. I've got electric fire here, but I won't put it on because that sucks up the electric. Oh, it's cheaper to put the central heating on and warm the whole house than it is to put the electric fire on in one room. Can't work that out, can you? I looked at the smart meter to see how much. I put it on one evening. thought I'll just warm the room up. And I was watching the meter whiz round, and I'm thinking, it's not economical. I thought it was a gas fire actually when I saw this. When I saw the house, I don't know why, I thought it was a gas fire. But it wasn't. It's electric and I don't like it. Plus them fake stones and this, it's like dust every time I light it anyway. I do just sometimes put the light on it, not the heat, just, it looks pretty, when you put the light on it, it lights the coals up, yeah. Oh, God. How many more rows do I have to do on this flipping thing? I hope these old dears realise I'm making a shawl for, it'll be going to a nursing home when I've done it, for the elderly. Like, not that I'm elderly, but But it's quite gary colours because it was some wool I got donated from Knit Club, some part balls. So they're kind of not coordinating colours, they're kind of like eek colours. But it'll keep them warm if they don't find the colours. They'll have to give it to some old lady that doesn't care. Or maybe one who, kind of likes bright colours. There may be some. They don't all want pastels, do they? I don't like pastels. They're just not my colour at all. Do 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 do. Your teapot's making a weird noise. Is it electric teapot or is it just making a noise because it's singing? My grandma used to have a great big brown earthenware one, and there must have been some kind of a hairline crack in it because it used to bubble and make weird noises. You couldn't see it, but it used to bubbly. Maybe that's what it is, if it's earthenware. I used to have the same mug that Denise from Dear Designs has. It says, I'm usually gorgeous, but today's my day off or something. And that started leaking. I don't know where it was leaking from. But every time I made a cup of coffee, when I lifted up, there was a big ring of water. And I'm thinking, first of all, I thought, you must have dribbled, when you were pouring the kettle water in. And then I looked, I thought, no, I'm not. And if I went into the other room and put it down, it was wet ring, wherever I put it down. So I realised it was leaking from somewhere. So I had to throw it away. Well, it'll keep somebody warm, won't it, if they don't like the colour. It's just tough bunnies. I've been given some bright pink and some pale pink, so I can make two in a single colour. And I've got some purple as well. So they don't all have to be multicoloured. In fact, the multicoloured ones are a pain, really, because you've got to darn all the ends in. You change colour every row. You've got to darn all these ends. It's like a fringe. I gave them 4 already. There was 5, but I kept one. I don't mind it being bright coloured. You've looked at what kind of noise is it making, Jane? A bubbling noise, a gurgling noise, clicking noise. My microwave does. If I'm warming something, it goes boom halfway through, and the little round glass plate goes, and I'm like, what what? What's going on? It's not like the thing that's in there is boiling and splitting or spitting up at the top. So I don't know why it goes every now and again. First time it happened, I thought, oh my God, it's a new microwave. I've only had it 2 months and I'm thinking, oh, please don't tell me it's faulty. But why is my lights flashing? My light's not flashing in here and yet it's flashing on the screen. Weird. Train whistly bubble. That does sound like you've got a leak somewhere. My grandma's teapot did that, like weird, and it was going brrr, brrr, these little bubbles were coming. Couldn't see the crack, but there was a hairline crack in it. What on earth? I've got my wool all fast. It's a new pot, or take it back then. Take it back. Have you got the bill? What is going on, Janet? I've got it now. My wool's all wound round somehow or another. All these ends I've got to sew in. Nightmare. I haven't, Nathan. No, I was watching. I'd fallen asleep in the last Madame Blanc thing, so I found it. So I watched the bit that I'd fallen asleep in. I'd watched the beginning and I'd watched the very, very end, but the bit in the middle that told you who done it, I'd fallen asleep. So that's what I was watching. So I haven't watched the chicken tutorial yet. I want to find some nice wool because I want colour changing wool. I don't want a miserable colour for my chicken. I want it to be jazzy. I want a brightly coloured chick. Oh, what is going on with this ball of wool? It's got two ends to it and the ends are getting fastened around each other. I normally knit from the centre, but with these being donated to me from somebody else, somebody had started knitting or crocheting from the outside of the ball. So it's kind of going everywhere, this ball. That's what I don't like when you have to keep going like that with it. That's why I knit from the centre. Oh, how many more rows do I have to do? I don't know. The one that I've made, that I finished up with, is just about the right length. So I need to count how many rows is on that one. And then finish it off and do the edging. Hold tight, let it go. Da, 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 da. I was watching a video before with Dave Allen, if you remember him. It was so funny. He was talking about supermarket queues. Somebody put underneath, I wonder how he would have found something funny to say about, like now we have self-service tills. I won't use them. I will not use the self-service ones. Even if I've only got one thing, I'll stand in the queue and pay for it. I'm not going on self-service. No way. Said that to me at Marks as I was standing in the queue. You can use these. I went, no, thank you. I don't work here. I'm not scanning them and putting them in a bag and having to pay and faff about and that. No, that's the cashier's job. She's getting paid for that. I'm not doing her work for her. I'm doing her out of a job. I read somewhere that one supermarket's got rid of them. Can't remember which one it is now. But they got rid of these self-service ones. I mean, there's always somebody standing there, so they're employing a member of staff to watch you, to make sure you're putting all your goods through and not fiddling. So they can afford for somebody to stand there watching what you do. They can afford for somebody to open the flipping till. I don't know whether they have these self-service ones in the States or not. Where you have to scan your own stuff and put it in a bag. Then try to pay for it, which is funny. I wish they did a crochet chicken, because it would be quicker, wouldn't it? They probably do, but it's probably not as nice as the knitted one. What time is? Ooh, half an hour to witching hour. At least I'm not yawning tonight. Yeah, I mean, they're standing over your shoulder, aren't they? I mean, there was somewhere where this bloke had said, "Can we check your bill?" And this woman said, "No." She said, "You're not." Oh, is it crocheted as well? Oh, good, Nathan, I'll have a look. She said, "No, you're not checking my bill." She said, "If you don't trust me going through the self-checking thing," she said, "then put somebody on a till and open one for me." She said, "You are not searching me. I'm checking my articles off one by one. You're not." She said, "If you stop me," she says, "you've got to accuse me of shoplifting, and if you do and you're wrong," she says, "I'll sue you." So she just walked out the store. We had that at Asda. To stop somebody, to accuse them of shoplifting type of thing. Can you come into the back? And oh God, did they kick off? And it turned out they hadn't got anything that was stolen. Everything they had in their basket had been paid for. I don't know what the security guard was thinking. And she went ballistic. She said she was going to write to head office and she was going to sue them. And they'd ruined her reputation by frog marching her through the store where her neighbours could see her. I don't blame her. She hadn't done anything wrong. They didn't find anything on her. I mean, that was only rare because most of them got stuff down their pants and everything. Now, there was one guy walking around, I was filling up, and I had him out the corner of my eye, and I thought, So I left my post and went to the security guard. I went, get him, shoving things in his bag. Stop him. But now it's blatant over here. They can't stop them. They're going in and taking things off the shelf and just running out with them. It's not fair, is it? Because the shops have got to make a living. And if they're losing profits with shoplifters, then they put it on your, it goes on your groceries because you're paying for the ones that they're pinching. It tickles me when they have security labels on such strange things. They have security labels on now. I mean, you can understand it on leg of lamb and stuff like that. It's really expensive. And you can understand it on booze. But they have security tags on the strangest things now. And you think, who'd want to steal that? Obviously they do. I never use self-service checkouts. I won't use them. I'll stand in a queue and they say, come on, you can use the self-service. I went, no, it don't work here. No, not doing it. Nope. So get somebody on that, open another till. Cheese and laundry liquid. Is that what they steal? Cheese isn't that expensive. Why would they want to steal cheese? When you think they used to get put in prison for hard labour, didn't they, for stealing a loaf back in the day? People got deported to Australia for less, didn't they? How times have changed. Tra la 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 la. Tra la 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 la. Oh, I won't go. I'm still stuck with all my stuff. I might put it on Kofi. I mean, I've got a Kofi account, but at the moment it's just if anybody wishes to buy me a coffee. Not compulsory. Just nice if anybody does. And thank you to the people who've already bought me one in the past. Apparently eggs are dear in America. They're not over here. We must have disease-free chickens over here. eBay's gone terrible. You know, if somebody's selling something, say, for £2, the person buying it is paying £2.40 for buyer protection. And yet the person who's selling it still only gets the £2, yeah. No, it's something to do with chicken flu or something in America. We don't have it over here. Bird flu, is it, or something? They're quite reasonable over here. Can't remember how much they are, but they're not the price that they are in America. Chick, 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 chicken, lay a little egg for me. It'll come back. Inhale something, you know, camphor or Vic or something to clear your sinuses. That maybe make it come back again. You know, if you steam. Wasabi, is that what you should use? We use Vic or something over here. Or Friar's Balsam used to be. Or Japanese horseradish. My mother used to swear by, I think it was Friar's Balsam or something she used to put in a bowl. And you had to hang your head over it with a towel over you. Sniff it in if you had a cold or a head cold or catarrh or something. I'm not sure if it was the steam. Your face would be bright red because you'd be like, oh, it's too hot, I'm burning. No, try steam. It might be steam. Might clear your sinuses out. I've got a steamer actually. I've got a facial steamer and I never think to use it. I bought it when I had the bad cough. I could not get rid of the cough. So I thought if I steam it, it might clear my chest or something. And then I just stopped using it. It's on top of the wardrobe here. And the other day when I was sneezing and snuffling, I'm thinking, you're really daft. You should get it down and use it. Yeah, mentholyptus, is it called? Eucalyptus, is it? No, it isn't caused by congestion, but it might just help to steam your taste buds back. Ooh. Oh, I spoke too soon. I started yawning. Spoke too soon. I've done another row. I've done about 6 rows, and they're quite long rows. Must be great though, not being able to smell cat poo and dog poo. It was terrible this week when I couldn't hear. Oh God, it drove me mad. I'm glad my ears popped now. I kept saying to my friend, my ear wants to pop. It was just like, when you go on an aeroplane and you can't hear anything because you need your ears popping. It was like that a week. Anyway, the olive oil drops really worked. She's had COVID. I think that's what she's got, Jane. Oh, look at that. Look, wonderful Timu scissors. Look at that. Won't even cut wool. Look at that. Oh. They've not even made a dent in the wool. Look. Watch. They're so good, these. I've managed it now. So good, aren't they? These Timu scissors. Oh, a lot of rubbish. Right. My ball of wool is coming at me from both ends here. Which is the one that's coming from the middle? I'll rewind it. I need to bake. I was thinking that today. I thought, I want to make some scones. Scones, whatever you call them. I've got all the ingredients. I've just been idle. I've just not made them. But today I did have an excuse because I was in the bathroom half of the time. My stomach's settled down now, thankfully. I won't have any more COVID injections. I'm not having them. I'll take my chances. I was really ill on the last one. And I've never been ill from an injection at all, ever, till that last COVID. They've injected me with all kinds of things known to mankind in the past. My ears popped eventually because I bought an olive oil spray because I thought, well, I'm not spraying anything in my ears that might cause me some damage because I didn't know what it was. Oh, here we go again with these damn scissors. So I just got an olive oil spray. Right, I'm going to rewind this ball because it's getting on my nerves. No, as I say, I've never been ill with an injection yet. until the last COVID injection. And I thought, that is it. I am not having it again. Take my chances. I know some people, it does lose the taste and the smell. It didn't with me. But I guess I was lucky. I'm rewinding this ball. It's getting them in here. It's got two ends to it. I've got a wool winder, but you wouldn't know. I never hardly use it. I never think to get it out. I've tried doing that when my ears were bunged up, but it must have been wax, because the olive oil certainly did the job. Took a week, mind you. But I've tried blowing, I've tried chewing gum, I've tried all these things that people told me to do. And no, it wouldn't. It was just like my ear was bunged up. There was only one ear. Yeah, my friend's getting hearing aids tomorrow. I'm getting measured up for them. I've been telling her for ages she couldn't hear. She goes, yeah, I know. I said, well, do something anyway. She finally went and had a hearing test. And she's deaf in both ears, not just one. So she's getting measured up for hearing aids tomorrow. Because she's coming down to me where I live, and she said, oh, I could meet you for lunch. I said, I'm going to the library. I've got tinnitus at times, thankfully not all the time. But every now and again, one ear shuts down and it goes, oh, that is irritating. If you've ever had tinnitus, it's awful. But I just reckoned that olive oil drops couldn't harm me because there's nothing in them except olive oil. So I thought, I'm not sticking drugs in the ears until I know what it is. You know, if it isn't wax and it's something drastic and you've poured some, you shouldn't, down your ear. So I just settled for olive oil drops, but they did work. I didn't think I had wax in my ear, but I certainly did. It's taken nearly a week for it to work now, but at least it's worked. I mean, I have a very bad balance, and it's worse when you can only... You wouldn't think hearing loss in one ear makes you unbalanced, but it does. Well, it did with me anyway. Maybe very wobbly. Right, I've nearly rewound it now. This reminds me, when I was a kid, I always used to cop for... All the wool used to come on a skein, or whatever you want to call it. And it used to come in ounces, so I can imagine how many balls I used to have to wind for my mother. I'd either be standing there holding my hands out, or she wound the ball. Or I'd put it round a chair, and then I'd be winding the ball for her. My brother was always faster than me. As soon as he saw my mum reaching her bag for a skein, he was off, like a rocket. But me, slow poke, I'd have my head in a book. Not notice she'd fished another skein out of her bag. I think, Janet. I wonder why Colin had got out like a wind. He was gone. Right, it's not got two ends anymore. It's only got the one. Oh, how much more do I need to do? Let's put it round my shoulders and see. And see. I like this pattern because it doesn't start off with a small amount. It starts off with a big chain. So when you put it round your shoulders, it sits right round. Oh, it's quite deep enough, I think. What do you think? You think it's deep enough? Keeps the mouldy warm. Yep, I think maybe I shall wear it. What Chris is saying, it works with me when I'm in an aircraft and my ears just pop. But it didn't work because mine was wax, obviously, and it was clunging it up. So it didn't pop. That's what I've got. Hoopers, dandelion and burdock. Hoopers. Or as Irene used to call it, dandelion and burdock. I said, why do you call it that? It's just because it makes you burp. Yeah, I think it's long enough. I think I'll wear it now. Like my mayoral badge of honour. I've got to do the edging. Do the edging round the edge and then I'll finish it off. I'm going to do this pale blue. I started off with pale blue and I've put the ball on one side so that I can go around and finish it off with pale blue. But before I can do that, of course, what do I need to do before I could do an edging? So all these ends in. Oh, whoopie-doo. What a good job. That'll be my next job. I hate sewing ends in. Bane of my life. Yeah, mine was clogged for a week till it popped eventually. It kept doing little pops and I kept thinking, oh, it's okay because it got go pop, pop. And I think, oh, God, no, God. Anyway, the other day it went pop. Yeah, I didn't really want to go to the doctors just for earwax because they don't like shringing them anymore like they used to. All they do is give you olive oil drops. So I thought, well, I might as well buy some olive oil drops and put them in myself. Gone are the days where they won't shringe them now until you've had softening stuff in them for a week. The worst I ever had was I used to go swimming and I got water behind the wax in my ear. And of course, water expands and contracts. Oh, the pain, it was dreadful. And even when they syringed it, I nearly screaming with the pain. And then all this came out of, not just wax, all this water came flying out of the ear. He said to me, have you been swimming? And I said, yeah, why? So that's what it is. He said, somehow or another. He said, I suggest you wear earplugs when you go swimming. I thought, oh. You wouldn't think that chlorine water can do that to you, but apparently it can. You see him next month, so you've got to go, oh, pardon, till then, have you? Pardon me. My friend who's getting hearing aids tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, Monday, well, she's getting measured up for them. She doesn't realise, but she mumbles. She starts off talking to you, and then she's like, and I'm like, what? She looks like she's gurning, but she said it sounds dead loud to her. And I know what she means, because when I was deaf in this ear, it sounded like I was talking inside my own head, if you know what I mean. Weird. Right, I'll put that back in the furry, back with the furry one. Put this bag of wool in with the other bag. I've got a big laundry bag full of oddments. I found the oddments that I'd had in the desk before I moved. They were at the back, the back of the shed. The last practically bag I opened. I've still got 4 boxes to empty and put on the shelf yet. And then the other bags have got my crocheting in, my finished garments. I'm not pulling them out of the bags because I don't want spiders in them. I mean, it's as dry as a bone in that garage, but it does have spiders because where the roof is, it's corrugated like that. So there's like spaces in between. My friend comes who's a roofer. He's got to fit a loose piece of, the felting for me. But yeah, Chris was saying that we can't get them here. Yeah, I think I'd be afraid of using a syringe, yeah. Might suck my brains out. Why is my nose so red? I look like Rudolph. I know I've got a bit of a cold coming, but look at that, it looks like Rudolph's nose. Maybe I should sit. Oh, yeah, if I sit back, it doesn't look so bad. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I think I'd be frightened of syringing, shoving water in my ear or something. What do you do, syringe it with water? Oh. I'd be frightened of that, what happened to me that time when the water got behind. I don't know how it managed to get behind the wax. It must have been when I was in the swimming baths. So he said I should wear earplugs. Oh. Man, do you remember them bathing hats we used to have to wear? Oh, dear. The thing was, it was in the 60s, and they said you have to wear bathing hats because girls' long hair clogs up the filters. And it was in the 60s when the lads had as longer hair as we did. I said, well, why don't the lads have to wear? Why don't you make them wear a swimming hat? I mean, some men used to wear them, but they weren't like the ladies. The ladies' ones had the straps that come underneath. The men's ones just came round. I mean, the water polo team used to wear swimming hats. And a lot of swimmers wear them, don't they, to keep the water out their ears. But ours used to, some of them used to have flowers on them. Oh, me. Some of you ladies, if you're old enough, do you remember? Temus, oh God, they're probably about that big of the Temu. They're probably to syringe your doll's ears. Everything in Temu's little, small, tiny. Not for humans. Yeah, I don't know where my clog deer came from, yeah. No, these scissors. Honestly, Munchkin, these scissors come from Temu and they wouldn't cut me wool. They wouldn't cut the wool. Look, watch. That's Temu scissors for you. They're going out there. Oh, eventually it's going to cut. Look how long it took it to cut it into 2. That's Temu kitchen scissors for you. Yeah, that's where they're from. I keep them because of the serrated bit there. So I can open a bottle. When you get a bottle top, you can't open. That's what I keep them for. And it's got a thing for opening other bottles, yeah. But for scissors to cut, waste of time. They don't cut anything. But they were advertised as kitchen scissors. And muggins here. I had one order from Temu. Everything I bought Nearly everything I bought finished up in the bin because they were not fit for purpose, if you know what I mean. And yet my friend, oh, Timu's wonderful. I get this and I get that and I get the other. Well, really? Everything I've got is SH1T. Oh yeah, nice and cheap, and that's what you get, Jane, cheap. You might as well get it off the market. I'm glad they were not my only pair of scissors, Chris. I'd go bonkers. Can you imagine trying to cut the rind off bacon or something? Getting Boy Scouts out of horses' hooves, I don't know. Yeah, it comes with a bottle though. It comes with a bottle opener there, and it comes with a thing there for taking the caps off things, bottles when you can't. But scissors, what its actually main purpose is, don't cut. I don't know why the scissor action, they mustn't touch or something. They look as though they touch, but they mustn't be sharp. They must be blunt as anything. They don't cut anything. It's good if we don't buy them for dressmaking scissors, isn't it? You finish up chomping the piece of material. It wouldn't be cut into a nice shape. Oh, is it getting near the witching hour? It is. Look at that. 4 minutes away. See, you always know that when I start yawning and I start my eyes going blink, blink, blink. Like clockwork, I know it's getting near midnight. Left-handed scissors, they might be. I don't know whether they work in your left hand. Do they cut in my left hand? Let's have a little look. No, they're not left-handed scissors. Everything is intact. No, they're definitely not left-handed scissors. They are no-cut scissors. You can give these to a child. Oh, dear. Don't play with scissors, dear. You'll cut. You have these Temu ones instead. You not cut your fingers with them. It's like when them plastic ones used to give you at school. Do you remember the ones that wouldn't cut paper? You're there chewing the end of a piece of paper. Miss, they won't cut. Safe as houses scissors, they'll tell you about it. Oh dear. Oh gosh, I've got to go shopping tomorrow. I hate food shopping at the best of times. I really do. Because I can only fit a bag and a half kind of on my scooter. So I can't go crazy and buy a big trolley full of stuff, even if I want it. Then I've got to heave it onto my scooter and heave it out and bring it in the kitchen if it's heavy. I've got to clean the kitchen floor because that needs cleaning. And sew my curtains because I found either coming Tuesday or Thursday to fix my curtain rod. Huh. It'd be all right running with these scissors, wouldn't you, Denise? Although he might be able to stab himself, I suppose. I don't know whether it's got a point. Oh, dear. You have to laugh, you have to. Otherwise you'd cry, wouldn't you? If you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? I find myself intensely funny at times, yeah. I'm laughing my head off at something stupid I've done. And you're like, wish I'd videoed that. Nobody would believe I'd be so stupid as to do something like that. And, you know. My ex-husband's mother, well, adopted mother, she was as batty as a fruitcake. Oh, she should never have been allowed to adopt a child. She wouldn't have done if it hadn't been a private adoption through a church. She'd have never got past the test for the social workers. She was absolutely bats in the belfry. When I first met her, I thought she's odd, yeah. Then as I married her son, I realised she was more than odd. She was really peculiar. She was in and out of the mental institution like it was her holiday home. Oh, what did you do, Jane? Come on, tell us all, then we can have a good laugh as well before I go. It's midnight, so you're allowed to say anything now, just before I go. Get it off your chest. I do some really silly things, though. I really do. I think, what have you just done, you balm pot? Oh, I hate food shopping. Some people love it, don't they? I don't. I do it because it's necessary. I have to write a list. I try not to go off list because I finish up then buying too much stuff, and then you finish up throwing it away because you've got tempted into buying far too much food for one person. Yeah. Well, they're all going to bed now, are they? I shall see you later. Good night. I'll be going in a minute anyway, so you're not missing anything. I should be sewing these ends in. You miss reading what was on the TV. I miss. I always say there's nothing on the TV, and then I find out that I've really missed a program that I like. Yeah, see you next week. Nancy Nora. Nancy Norma. Changing it to Nancy Nora now. Changing your name altogether. Oh. Time I went to bed. Got new bedding on, at least everything dried, so. Oh, God. You don't know who you are now. Have I confused you completely? Yeah. That's my aim in life, to confuse people, yeah. Leave them bewildered. God, I made the duvet and put it in. And I twisted it, and I kept thinking, something wrong with this duvet. It was like a cross. I'd got the two ends in, and I got the two ends in, but they were the opposite way around. I thought, only you could do that. There's a big lump in the middle of the duvet. So I had to take it all out again and start all over again. I thought, oh God, you make life difficult for yourself. I have never been able to do duvets. Never. I've tried all the ways where they put them flat, roll them. I finish up crawling inside the duvet with the corners. There's an art form. Tell you, these ladies who do hotel rooms and that, they do it in 2 seconds, don't they? I've tried the ways they teach you on YouTube, roll them up and all. Nah, doesn't work for me. Roll it up. Right, people. I'm going to take my psychedelic shawl now. Your mother was mental, yeah. Right, good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. I'm forgetting who's in now. Nancy Norma's gone. Linda's, Jane's still here. Oh no, Jane's gone to take the dog a walk, hasn't she? Chris is still here. Nathan's still here. Shad's probably disappeared. Denise is here. Anyway, yeah, I will have a wonderful Sunday, won't I? You're going to come and mop me floor for me. My kitchen floor needs a mop. It's cream and it gets filthy. I wouldn't mind if I did a load of cooking. I don't know why it gets so dirty, but it does. I'll have no animals tramping through. Oh, never mind. Just do it, Janet, and stop whinging. Right. Bye for now. Thank you all for your company. And if anybody's bought me a coffee, thank you very much. Indeed, very much appreciated. So I shall say bye-bye for now, and I will see you all later. Bye now.